Hey everybody, so today I set out to do an oil change on a 2013 Audi A6 with the 3.0 and got out my oil extractor, pumped it up, put the tube in as usual, extracted the oil, went to remove the tube, and it is insanely stuck. 4 hours later, trying everything I can think of, coat hangers down the center of the tube, wire around the outside, wiggling, twisting, pulling, tube is stuck. It will not come out. So rather than just yanking on it and breaking it off and having a piece of tube floating around in the oil pan, I am now pulling the oil pan to see if I can remove it from the inside. So, note to users of oil extractors, beware. All right, here we are many hours later. Oil pan is off. The few 6 bolts around the back side were a real bear to get out of there. Gotta have a wobbly socket and an extreme amount of patience and perseverance to get those out. Ended up also having to drop this fitting on the side, this oil cooler, whatever this is, to get this tab out of the way to be able to drop the oil pan down. But after doing that, you can see here the oil extraction tube came down, somehow found its way around these plastic baffles, all the way across the other side, and then up into the oil journal on the opposite side of the block. So you can see the way that's twisted and kinked and then caught on that corner from the top side. No matter how much I pulled or twisted on that, you can see that thing was never going to come out of there unless it broke off or in the process broke one of these plastic baffles or did some other damage. So it's definitely necessary to pull the oil pan down, but getting to the bolts around this oil cooler were nearly impossible to get to. So putting those back in is going to be a real nightmare. And while I'm at it, I probably got to order a set of seals between there and the block, because there are 2 seals apparently in between here. And I don't want to put it all back together just to have those leak. So I've got new seals to order there, and then I'll have to scrape off all the old RTV, reseal the oil pan, put it all back together, and my 20-minute oil change has turned into an 8-hour ordeal that I'm only halfway through. So if you use an oil extractor, probably would be a good idea on the first time you use it to mark the tube so you know how far to insert it each time. Otherwise, you may end up in this situation, which I would not recommend. So let's see if we can now remove this tube. See how much of it was over there, and then how much came down from the dipstick. So we're coming out the bottom of the dipstick tube here, and the tube is finally extracted. And oil's changed as well, so that's a bonus.